Let me log on with my admin account. So here, SU20 is a T code that gives the list of authorization fields which are already exist in the SAP system, and each, the authorization field and its data elements and the data elements of the package name. So package names are, they use some mnemonics like shortcut keys. So if you see in the system status, you see complete, add-on application names here in the system data. So, these are software components, and these component contains packages. Okay, SAP BW, SAP AP, SAP ABAP, they are software component. This software component contains software packages, and each package again contains one or more data elements. Here, the same package here has 3 data elements. You see it? And these packages, more packages, 2 or more packages together, we have a software component, and these software components are called SAP application modules. Okay, so these fields, these fields will be part of a authorization objects. For example, let me open a new session, and let me go to SU21. It displays the authorization objects and authorization classes. Let me just check the basis admin, object class and user related, authorization object. When I double click on this user authorization object, you see ACT group is a field name, and if I go here ACT, I'll search it ACT group underscore group. This is a okay ACT. You see here ACT group. You see here, this is the group name. This is a field name. It is there. So it is part of the data element AGR name, and profile generator is a package. Can you see that? Miss profile generator is a package of the SAP security, SAP basis package, that is.
So what exactly is data element?
Data, see, whenever we save some data, like ABC is a text or anything, user ID or anything, the text contains, in this data element. And this data element will have a field name attached, and to this field we will give access like read, write, etc. And that will apply on this data element. And this is this data element is in the package S underscore profile generator, profgen. Okay, you just go through my recordings once or twice, you'll understand more, and you can have questions if you want. And after this, we discuss object class. Object class is a all application modules. Authorization objects are grouped into one class. So for basis, it has its own authorization objects. For HR, it has its own authorization object. For for finance, for SD, for logistics, for material management, like that. And we can see those applications in the SU03. And these are the different types of roles that we can create in the SAP system. Single roles, composite roles, derived roles, and parent and child roles. I'll show you that practically today. Activities in the SAP system is, SAP has predefined activities like create, delete, assign, print, log, change, reset. These are all are pre-programmed in the SAP system, and there are 189 activities, 180 plus activities predefined already available in the SAP system, and these activities are listed during the configuration of SAP security rules. Okay. See, T codes, it contains authorization objects, and authorization objects contains authorization fields. On these fields, we will apply the activities. When we talk about security role, it contains authorization profiles, and authorization profiles contains authorization objects and its activities. It is in authorization field is hidden. We are not telling any authorization field here. Applying activities on authorization object means authorization object contains fields. On that fields only the activities will be applied. So fields, authorization fields are hidden there. Okay. So till now we discussed, till here we discussed, if I am not wrong. Am I right? Based on this information, I would like to start configuring the security rules. So before I go to security rules, let me just create one or two user IDs. Properties of Imran1. Did I assign any roles? No. So it means this Imran1 user ID, even though if he log into the SAP system, he doesn't have any access. We cannot execute any T code or neither from menu or directly by typing the T code. We cannot do that. Okay. Now, Farooq, I guess I have created another ID with Farooq user account. Click on change. I don't see any permissions assigned to either Farooq or to Imran. So I can use those two user IDs for our example. Okay. Let me go to the configuring the security roles, but before creating a security roles, there was another T code which was used in very older SAP versions. It is called SU02. SU02 was used before PFCG. Before profile generator, we were using SU04, and it was very very huge task configuring the security using SU02. So it was SAP recommend not to use this because every company has to follow some compliance, some GRC, they will go governance and risk compliance. Every company will go with some compliance as per the US government or India government or any other government. So permissions cannot be directly given through SU02. Because here it is already given a note by the SAP. You do not use this transaction any longer for profile and user administration. You use the profile generator instead of using this. The profile generator makes it much easier to allocate authorizations. However, if you do not wish to use profile generator, you can still go through with this. But the before the profile generator was introduced, I guess in SAP R3 4.5 onwards, I guess the profile generator is used in 1990s time, that is. So before that we were using, as part of the basis, we were using SU02 because that time there is no separate module for security, separate module for basis. all together comes under basis. So why it is recommended not to use? Because I'll show you here. Create work area for profiles. No company is using this as of today. So here, create new profile. See here, the single profile or composite profile. Composite profile means it's a grouping of single profile. Single profile means it can allow maximum of 150 authorizations. So let me go with some name. Single authorization profile. You see here there is no T codes. Here directly we will add the object. Suppose SU01 contains a list of authorization objects. All those authorization objects here we will add. It means we are giving access to the authorization object. So indirectly we are giving access permissions to the users, not directly like giving T code and then giving access permissions to the authorizations. So this is a different way actually. You can add any number of authorization, add object. Authorization means it will allow you to it will list out the profile. See here. From which authorization you want to join? Basis administration. See here, objects.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please.
In a project, so there will be a requirement to create profiles, custom profiles and custom roles and then assign the T codes, something like that, or
no. So if you are creating profiles from SU01, there is no T codes. There is no option to enter the T code. Okay,
so my question is, there will be a requirement. There will be a requirement to create custom profiles, means custom roles.
See, custom profiles means that has to be created in the role. For example, I'll give you more information. You are creating SU01 means only profiles here. You will assign profiles here. If you are going through security roles, you will get security role assigned, but this role contains a profile, even profile will also assign. Means when you assign a role, it automatically assigns a profile as well, because that role contains a profile, and profile gives you the authorizations. Combination of authorization profile and T codes and the users three, all together is called a security role. Okay.
Okay. So there will be a requirement to create new users, definitely, and they will. So usually they will be the requirement will be laid out what role this particular user needs, something like that.
See, user cannot directly put a requirement because it has to. There will be a process in the company.
Okay. That's what
I have a basis team, for example. So in basis team, we have monitoring team separately, transport team separately, user administration and security team separately, installation team separately. Like that we will have. Not very few companies. We will have all in one admin guy, right? It depends on the company requirement. Whether company is a bigger company, they will have their own team for transports and for security, for for monitoring and for support. Like that we have a separate teams, because basis is not a small module, it is a huge module. We have a lot of activities in the basis. So in that case, it is predefined for this transport team. These are the authorizations, yes, not user specific, that is the team specific. So user whenever join in the transport team, in the basis of transport team, he will get access as per that role. but user may have some other ideas, like I want to have some additional right, that is treated in a different way. Okay, we will not assign directly, we will not update those permissions directly in the role. In a separate module called firefighters or emergency access control. There's a module of GRC. When a user recommends to have some additional access, a GRC consultant will give them access through GRC. And that is a common ID. Suppose even I want to do the same thing. Okay, I'll use that GRC common ID and I'll do the configuration. Suppose Farooq want to do the same thing tomorrow. I'll not give access to the Farooq, but I want Farooq to use a common ID where he can do that task. And after that, Imran want to do some other task. Again, Imran will get a common ID, a ID from GRC team. He will do that, and everything these all common ID tasks will be recorded. So what I mean to say is, the security is applied to the roles as per the business process. And if an individual person wanted to have some additional role, then we will use an emergency access user ID, where it's a separate user ID which is a common for multiple users. Using that ID, we can do the changes and configurations in the SAP.